Alright, here we are. Let's see. I had the opportunity to review my humiliating death footage from last time, and I was able to confirm there were at least 5 dogs. I think I shot the dog in the face once or twice and landed several other hits as well, and that was not enough, even with a 33 damage pistol, to kill any of them. I also observed that the final blow I took while I was running away, while I was trying to bandage myself from the bleed, was from the dog, right? I was like at 3 health, trying to bandage myself, about to, and I got hit by the dog. I checked, and apparently it used to be that you were slightly you were like basically, if not the same speed, maybe slightly faster, something like that, than the dog. Basically, you could outrun a dog as long as you could sprint. Barely, right? But you could, and then apparently now dogs are just faster than the survivors, which on one hand makes sense, on the flip side emphasizes even more how much of a screw job that was, because even if you're at fully stamina and you just run away, they'll catch you and shred you. And that's fighting one dog, frankly, with no warning, would already be very difficult on, day 5. Unless, I guess, you literally managed to get like an AK-47 already or something, maybe, I don't know. Health has gotten pretty low. Let's see where we were. Let's eat some food. I think we had just finished making the ladder up, right? So we are going to see if we can get some iron. What do we want the iron for? I don't think it was just spikes. It was the baseball bat. That's it. We need more forged iron so we can make the baseball bat. And we have a nice tunnel down to bedrock, where, as it so happens, the lead and iron mine are at. We did well on day 7, right? We didn't die. There was no vulture that spawned. Maybe the game stage has to be higher. So making sure we have plenty of ammo to deal with vultures is definitely going to be a big thing. And obviously we're going to lay out a bunch more spikes and get a lot more ironed up. And obviously we finished the main core of the base as well. And if you're wondering why I don't spike up the interior, it's because I need to be able to repair that, basically. And I didn't think it would be a good idea to make it very possibly lethal to just try to go down there and repair from the inside or whatever. But here we are getting iron. I think we get like 220 iron per block. Let's see, we're at 630, right? So I think instead of 630, I think we should be at like 850, if I remember correctly. 840, okay. I'm slightly over-optimistic. But this is, honest, this is great. Lead and iron down here, that's a... Well, we don't have gold mines in this game, but it's like the equivalent of a gold mine, I suppose. Right where I'd like it to be. Wish I could say that was skill or something, but obviously it's not. I was expecting to have to dig out a bit to find stuff like this. There's the pillar up at the corner. An iron pickaxe admittedly would be more efficient here in terms of mining the iron, but we also have to sink a bunch of iron into making it. And this is still pretty effective. I'm still getting like 8 or 9 iron, so like 20. This is like probably an average of like 20 iron a second because of the bonus. 210. I'm doing 32 per swing, right? So it's about 20 swings to destroy it, which is about 10 seconds, and then 10 seconds I get 210 iron, right? So, yeah, like 20 iron a second is about right. That's the real one right there. Here's where we're gonna make the corner, and we'll remind ourselves that iron be here, mateys, yar. We're chilling down on bedrock. That should be that right there, and we can confirm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that confirms that's the edge of the record. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. How much iron do we got right now? About 2,000. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. And then, like, let's say 3,000. And then we'll go throw this on the forge to smelt. And make sure we have the other materials for the baseball bat so we can get that rolling. I was able to get to like doing 120 damage a hit with a pickaxe, but it swings half as speed. So it's like 120 versus 64, which on one hand you're like, that's way higher, but I also had several mods. It was a quality 6 pickaxe, and it had several more mods installed in it, so it's definitely better. Is it much better? Bad, I don't know. Look at all that beautiful iron right there. Okay, well, let's go prepare the way of the bat. And I don't mean Batman when I say that. I'm worried that if I remove that the forge is going to collapse at this point. It didn't used to have this whole thing underneath it. That's kind of annoying and distracting. I had to do something crazy, I guess. That'll take an hour to unload. Well, it's just clay, right? And it's just sand. Get the wood from it. We have nothing special there. Okay, so gonna slap these down. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm gonna try this. Oh, it worked. I was hoping that the forge would not collapse out from underneath me, and hey, it didn't. Looking at that. Oh, to quote Tony Stark, how about that? 46 seconds. I'm going to add an extra wood there just to be safe. Over here, let's melt down this iron. That'll last for 4 days. We'll drink some water. Ammunition materials. Put all of this lead. Not sure how we got the scrap polymers here. Somehow we did. We should go get more water today. Well, we'll destroy these. I don't know if both are needed, but you know, I would much rather have to tear these down then have that forge disappear. So maybe one was enough, but I am happy with this outcome. I'm going to put a land claim block down. I should put it someplace else. I've played without a land claim block for years. Hopefully it's still okay here. I don't mind the green thing, but having the thing pop up on the screen as a forge, that was irritating. Forged iron is 12 each. Okay, and for the baseball bat, I need 60 forged iron. I believe we have the duct tape and everything else, yeah. So we need 60 forged iron, which means it needs to smelt down to about 720. Okay. Well, we can let that work while we go fetch more iron. Eventually, I suppose I can try to set up the whole hay bale at the bottom. I heard that that apparently still works. If it looks like the vein keeps going in this direction, we'll probably set up like a door here. That ensures you have vertical support. Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? I'm fine with getting about 20 iron a second. That means that we can create like an iron bar that we used for the Horde Knight base. We can create an iron bar like every 6 seconds. So if that's too slow, then I'm starving. I'm at 101 health right now. I mean, that other iron mine is not necessarily superfluous, but it is a lot less critical. If I found an iron pickaxe, I might use it. But just giving this thing an iron breaker mod if we ever find one. I don't know. I hope the steel pickaxe is more impressive, because the iron pickaxe is unimpressive. And again, I am totally fine with that whole, you know, you get extra resources the better tool and that being removed. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. I do think the iron pickaxe needs to be a bigger upgrade if they're going to make it so difficult to relatively difficult to craft. It needs to give a bigger payoff. And repair, because then it takes iron to repair. Not much, not much. The repair kits used to be a lot more of a pain, and now they're just like, I think 1 forged iron and what? I think it's one other thing. Repair. 1 forged iron and 1 duct tape. Yeah, you still have to get a duct tape. It means you need to have glue to spare. Or you could just repair something nearly as good with just small stone. Imagine you can see why I tend to just favor the simpler method here. We've already gathered another 1,800 iron. One of the reasons we'll need so much is that we're going to want to try to iron up at least the close spikes. What does an iron spikes trap cost? 4 forged iron, or I can just create them flat out? Is it even worth upgrading them versus placing them? I'm not sure. Maybe just place them, honestly. So it takes 48 iron per metal trap. So every block, every one of these we destroy uh, gives us 4 iron spike traps, basically. And this swings at just under 2 per second. It's a lot of mining, but there is clay involved as well, obviously. Watch out for the sparks. I'm down 30 health right now. Another 3,300 iron that we've gathered so far. With a humble stone axe, quality 5 in the hands of an expert miner. Again, duct tape is not, it used to like require oil and duct tape and, or like, I don't remember though, it used to be like require oil, I remember that for repair kits. It's definitely not just duct tape. But I forget exactly what the rest of it was. Trust in ourselves to have done this properly earlier. Okay. Let's get rid of this wall here. Which, as we know from experience above, it can easily handle, especially given a cobblestone is able to support a much bigger structure than I imagined. Getting 16 sand from these, which is not really that great of a haul. As long as we're digging up there, it's fine. $4,000 iron, even with some shenanigans there. I guess we can see how much XP you get from crafting the wood spike first. But sometimes these spikes are honestly tricky to upgrade, so I would not be upset if it proved better to just throw down the pre-made iron spikes, honestly. Why are we putting a door there? Because the door actually provides support. Oh, that was stupid of me. Might have just doomed everything, in fact. Like 80% of the way to next level or so. And I know seeing bigger numbers with the iron pickaxe is fun, but again, the fact that it swings more slowly is a big negative that I don't know is being countered. It's like, yeah, if the iron pickaxe and the stone axe swung at the same speed, then the iron pickaxe would be way better than the stone axe. But it's less stamina efficient. Less stamina efficient, and barely an increase in output. Kind of like the twin kisses of death there. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this out here. The new question is, am I going to be able to reach that spot just up there? I'm not confident about that, but we have gathered 6,000 iron. If there is that. Look at that, just barely. Just managed to pull that off. I think we were going to be going for Constitution at this point, right? Get the farm going first, then worry about concrete, because food will ever be an issue. What is that door open to? Oh, we don't go there, Simba. Not even sure what that's supposed to be. What does this door lead to? Iron. Level 26. We've already maxed out Pummel Pete as best we can. I don't know if we really have much use for Master Chef yet. Eventually, I'm sure. Sand here. And there, the iron vein continues, so that's good. And we have this mother lode here, the gift that keeps on giving. But we got a lot of that for right now. We can probably go back upstairs and worry about other stuff. How much iron do I want to get? If I get... It's probably at least 1,000 iron upstairs right now, right, Smell? Let's get some more. Let's just max it out. We're here anyway. Basically, mining is not going to get any easier or better for a while, so it's not like if we wait, things improve. Now, this does make me worried that this stuff's going to start falling down, honestly. We can't even hit that, which is fine. We'll catch that when we dig down from the other direction, see? Plenty of iron here. And the other thing is we know we're harvesting this as efficiently as we can. We don't have to worry about but the fact that we're losing iron. We have maxed out miner 69 or so. This is the most we're ever going to get from it. And there's a certain comfort in that, you know? No worry about wasting. The only thing that we're doing less efficiently right now is time. You know, an iron pickaxe or an iron breaker mod would perform better here. But at what cost in an investment? I mean, the amount of iron we're making means iron pickaxe isn't that big of a deal. Though the whole repair kit needed with the duct tape, it's not that difficult to make. But it's just always particularly difficult versus not difficult, not that difficult versus effortless with the stone is kind of the concern. And the stone axe is just scaled up smoothly. I don't think the problem is the stone axe, I think the problem is the iron tools aren't very good. And this is why we went through all that effort to set up those 4 corners earlier, because we know in another block or two we'll break through to the other corner, and we know where we should stop digging this. We're back to lead, obviously. I just want to finish this section so I can know where the wall should be dug. Having both lead and iron down here in opposite directions is pretty nice, though. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, when we break through this, we should see the other pillar, I think. If we don't, I'm going to be confused. I thought we had set this up. Did we not set this up properly? Or am I just miscounting here? On the one hand, yes, I need to keep preparing the axe a lot. On the flip side, it literally takes 1 stone. So, is it really that big of a deal? Look how fast you can repair there. We're also getting like 15 XP per swing here or something. Just not bad. All else equal. Did I not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have another to go over in this direction. Yeah, see, that's not the end of it. We have 1 more to go. Okay, this all makes much more sense now. It's like, what happened? can see we're revealing that there's more to the wall here. Okay, so we can clear quite a bit more there than I was worried we could. Hopefully my last thoughts here are, why did I die to this cave-in? Look at that, we're already, what, an eighth of the way to the next level or whatever? There we go. Now if you're wondering why isn't that the actual concrete, the cobblestone block, is because the cobblestone block is to the left of it, as you might be able to see if you look carefully up in the upper left. See, there's the cobblestone block. That's the actual corner. So look at the mysteries we're solving here together. So then over here, that's the spot to go at. I kind of want to just slap this here in for the cheaper glue and other stuff. I'm just going to go for it. We need it eventually. I'll worry about connex. This makes glue cheaper by 1. Okay, I was hoping it'd be reducing it a little bit more than that, but that's still something. And we craft things from the forge faster. And like I said, we'll get it eventually. Alright, so then over here, we got like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. See, we're fine over there, but we filled that in. We have 3 more bacon and eggs, which means we're about to need to go find more food. Whether that food is just eggs or other stuff, we're probably going to need to start making some trips out there to the surface world. So yes, this was literally just a day spent down below mining. But we will have a baseball bat tomorrow morning. So, there's that. We're at, what, 6,500 iron. We didn't actually get that much more iron because we're busy digging up all that nitrate, weren't we? Not nitrate lead. I did see a nitrate rock up here, though. Look at all this beautiful iron. Kind of hollowing out this middle pillar in the middle of iron and everything too, so that part's cool. Need to repair in a second, that's fine. So that is supposed to be the outer wall right there, though, right? So we can fix that up. Center pillar of metal. Behold. Hammering this down bit by bit. So there's more iron and stuff out there. I think that's true. It's kind of true of every place here, though, so probably just build a wall into like a door into all four walls here if it looks like there's promising stuff in that direction. I think we're about 10,000 iron harvested here. It almost feels like the iron, it goes on further though, I'm not gonna lie. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be it there, yeah, okay. We're at over 10,000 iron now, successfully harvested. 30,000 is the maximum you can fit in the forge at any one time, if you're curious. So eventually will we potentially dig down and build everything else up? Yes. We're going to do that right now. Probably not. So does that look promising? Sure. So let's just dig this now. Like, on one hand, I kind of do want to not have the mine quite this close to the base. On the flip side, we're making sure we support all of the interior walls. That's probably fine. Let's make sure we know where to be looking as well for this. And here's the thing, we get way more out of each block than it takes to fill it in. So we can always just fill these back with cobblestone later if for some reason we need to, or add support pillars wherever we feel like it. So that's not a big deal. Okay, so we now have that. That allows us to see the iron there, so. So we shouldn't think, holy cow, why did they bother with that? Nightfall in about a little under 10 minutes. Still got a whole bunch of stuff that we can mine there. How far will the vein actually go in that direction? I don't know. I do know we're going to need another door. So if we support the inner walls of our base, which are what is supporting everything else, as long as those are down, the rest should be fine. It should, like, it can support the cobblestone on the second layer on the outside. If it can support one out, it can support, you know, if it can support like 8 out earlier, it can surely support 1 out now. And it can support the stuff inward. Like, this is seriously over-engineered compared to what the cobblestone could potentially hold. Which is good, because, you know, it's designed that it could lose a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Thirsty. I need to do a water run. Maybe we'll do that before nightfall hits. Waiting on lumber. 390 lumber, and we could use more cobblestone, unless we have more already prepped and I'm forgetting about it. Let's see if we can push to 6,000 real quick here. Go worry about some other stuff. And you can see our XP as well is 60% of the way to the next level. It's slowed down dramatically, but it's still chugging along at a reasonable pace. Imagine putting a diamond-tipped blade thing or whatever in the stone axe, because it's like, well, it's what I use. I always liked the humble stone axe, even back in like Alpha 13 when it first started. It's like, yeah, you know, it's easy to replace. You don't have to, it doesn't take a lot of materials to create it. It's just a really functional tool. Alright, we've broken the 6K mark. We've supported all of the walls here, and we'll take out the center pillar and work on the other stuff later, like tonight even. Maybe we can go outside for a moment. I hear a lot of my viewers saying, hallelujah, outside. Just gonna drink both of these things of water. Oh yeah, it looks like all the iron's melted away. So let's do a glass jar first. I can create 36 of those right now, okay. Oh, hey, that's a good chunk of clay. Let's use that. I hear something outside. Is it just her? I guess so. Alright, so outputting glass jars and forged iron. How much do we need for the baseball at? 60? 60. And how much did we have right now? Not much. How much forged iron can we put out? Oh, we'll make like 200. I'm sure we'll use it for something. So that'll take 2 minutes to finish that, but we're running low on lumber as well, right? Only 390. So let us see if our tree crop has finished coming in. Looks like it's done pretty well for itself. Are we at the 1200 stage yet? No. A little bit longer to wait. One more day, probably. It's like a forest that's sprang up overnight. It must be the Ents. The thing about that dog that bugs me, it's not like if I had killed like 5 of the dogs and then died to the 4 of the dogs and died to the 5th or whatever, then it's like, well, if I had been a little bit more accurate or whatever, I could have won that. But it's like, nope, they just landed 4 shots, at least 1, maybe 2 of them headshots with the pistol, and they just didn't care. Thought I saw a bunny. Wasted. There's something like I thought I saw movement. That right there, if you're curious, that's just the dismember chance. You apparently have a 35% greater chance to dismember. So it's like a 1/3 chance of an instant kill, basically, or more. As opposed to a 5% chance starting off, so that part's nice. I'll chop this down, then I'm going to go get the jars and make a last-minute water run here. We're down to 3 bacon and eggs, and we're starving, so tomorrow we're going to need to get food. So, let's try grabbing... Okay, so we already spent it on... Oh yeah. Okay, that's fine. Might get some red tea up going here. How much was in? Is that 24? Let's get an even 30 if we can. There's 30, right? Yeah. Let's go get the water before nightfall hits, though. And perhaps it'll be as nightfall hits, you know? Nothing like a little excitement. Okay, where do we want to go? Just straight south, basically. Making sure stamina's okay. Probably eat this now. Just over to the east here. Fantastic. $74 bottles of water. That'll do. Let's get back home before anything bad happens. Alright, tomorrow we go back on the scavenge, probably. I have a shiny quality 5 baseball bat with 2 mods in it. And yes, we could have made a quality 5 club very easily. Oh, actually, we were doing better than I thought. Okay. False alarm, people, false alarm. I hadn't retrieved that. Okay, so 60 is the maximum. It'll even hold there. So that should let that finish. And I might hold the rest of this just to use for glue, honestly. Nightfall hit. Got chrysanthemum. Material, slap that plant fiber in there. We don't really have a need for the ladder right now. Munition materials, we got a lot of lead and growing. Got a lot of stone and growing. Toss the feathers there. And we'll come back to that and get chrysanthemum rolling. The forge, we'll slap this here. I mean, it's output and it's just gonna take a while. We have 12,000 stone, so that's helpful. Food-wise, what else do we have? We have enough meat to last for a bit, but I'd rather try to find more eggs. Sham sandwich, which we want to make into something later on, but when do we get sham chowder? A short order cook, so that's 2 more levels before we could do that if we don't go for the farm. Why am I not seeing anything there? Is old sham sandwich not used? Okay, then what does sham chowder require? Oh, a can of sham. Oh. Sham sandwich is literally only good for antibiotics. What is the 111 versus I don't know why one is so much easier than the other. Oh, one requires a beaker. Okay, that's why. Okay, well this is food if we happen to need it. Got 5 cornmeal. I'm sure we can turn into cornbread. Blueberry pie, we don't have the blueberries for, and it requires eggs. Fish tacos requires can of salmon and cornmeal. When is fish tacos unlocked? It's 2 levels up again. Cornmeal, and we do have 2 cans of salmon. Maybe we seriously consider investing in that. I really think I'd rather get the farm going, though. Okay, we got everything we need for the baseball bat. So we need leather and duct tape. Let's get get this working first, as we already got advanced materials, and that'll require repair kits to repair, but not for a while at least. We're going to just start carrying repair kits around for that. Alright, that means our bat can be repaired twice. Alright, let's get back down and keep mining. Probably okay on some of that stuff for now, so let's keep working here. We can finish clearing this out, then we can make a floor, make a sub-basement. Eventually, we could even like respawn on the bedrock or whatever, and like if zombies manage to break through, and then have like an underground escape tunnel, we just follow that. And good luck for the zombies finding us. Imagine if we fled far enough underground, they would not be able to find us. Not before daybreak hit, at least. And I don't mean just going deep, I mean going, like, having a tunnel and just running alongside of it. I do remember the old, and I guess this is technically better. The old times, it would, like, literally tell you if you were detected or not. It would give you, like, this hunted icon if something had noticed you. Which you could also use to tell if you were making too much noise and had alerted something. I have to guess. I guess the land claim block. It's a bigger deal in other cases. While we finish the baseball bat, I'm going to check over here on the water. Because that's all the red tea we can create. Okay, 14 seconds in the baseball bat. Okay, are you ready for this? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Behold. Alright, so this does 19.3 damage, right? With a cost of 17, so it's kind of, it's close to 1-to-1 ratio. This does, so 19.3. This already does 23, which is over a 20% improvement, and that's also a little bit better on the stamina ratio. Not by a ton, but a little better. But keep in mind that's also counting the modifier already, so we add in that, and we see that now we're doing 24.7, so that's over a 25% increase in damage, and a better stamina ratio. There's actually not as much of an increase as I was expecting, but hey, still, it's good. 25% improvement in damage for weapons matters a lot more, because it's not just a matter of taking a little bit longer, it can mean the difference between life and death. So if you're like, this new weapon is a 10% improvement over the old weapon, that excites me more than this new tool is 10% better than the other tool, assuming there's like a big investment required to get to that point. It's like, well, yeah, if that tool might literally save my life, so the weapon might literally save my life. The tool is probably not going to make that big of a difference. Alright, so this is the level at which the first basement will go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the level, so we should knock this stuff out. Weapons are more likely to have breakpoints as well when it comes, like, doing enough damage that you can knock the zombie down right off the bat. That's a big deal. We have more slots and the baseball bat to use as well. So on day 10, let's see, we're at full health now. Like, we wasted some of that bacon and eggs. Oh well. Keep yourself on the verge of starving. That's what my papa always said. He didn't actually. Just to make sure there's no confusion there. Probably get another level before daybreak. For a lot of those advanced recipes, we'll need stuff from the farm, which is why I think we start leveling up the Constitution. Hope we can scavenge other stuff in the meantime. 2.5 hours to get another level. Will we manage to do it? We're waiting with bated breath. Actually, we might not. We might not here. Not a big deal if we don't. Like, basically, we're not going to see any immediate benefits from a chunk of our next points. They're just going to be like, hey, you harvest wild crops, you get 4 instead of 2. I mean, actually, that could help if we find corn or something in the wild, but there's not going to be any power increase. It's just going to be, yeah, we're working our way towards being able to get some sustaining food going. Well, else to harvest those mushrooms better, I guess, right? Feel bad about wasting that food. Wanted to cheat XP up. I don't actually mean like cheating in the literal sense of the word. I would lay down the ground floor for part of the floor, which we could already do, and just fill that in for XP rather than continuing this. As long as we didn't do everything, fill in the whole floor, right, we could still get to this stuff back here. But it's more sensible to do the outer walls first, I think. So I'm just going to keep plugging away. But we will have to repair this soon. I did expect the baseball bat would have a little bit more damage to it, but it's fine. Again, like 20 or 30% more for a weapon is a much bigger deal. Alright, I finally switched into starvation mode. Repaired. Hey, at this rate we might hit the next level before dawn anyway, so, you know. There's that. probably level us, filling in this section here. And boom. No. Boom. There we go. Okay. And so this one in con, we're going to need living off the land, so probably just go for that here. Like, Iron Gut eventually is only a 25% reduction in food, which means you get 33% more food in effect. But I'd rather have, you know, infinite food by self-sustainment here. Alright, gatherer. We know how to gather now. We will need 4 points in con, and 2 points in living off the land. That's another 6 points we will need. That's probably another 2 to 3 days, therefore, to get another 6 levels. If we assume we're getting about 2 levels a day, usually. Which obviously we've exceeded that for now, but we also had a lot of upgrading to do, and levels get more and more expensive, so... And once we get things like concrete, we'll be able to get a whole bunch of experience by filling in all these blocks a second time. Does that mean the corner blocks won't be concrete? Yes, but, I mean, it's okay. Nothing should be breaking these down eventually anyway. We're only going to be using the concrete for that because we're going to probably be overflowing with concrete with how much stone we've already gathered. Looks like we can get all this done before the next day. %5 of the way through the next level or so far, I guess. Behold, the first basement. Things are coming together here. A few more days to get crops going. A few more days after that to get concrete going. Alright, I will see you on the flip side.